super glad to have everybody here today again. Really glad to have Mikey and your husband Chad here with us today. Another fun fact is that they're actually like a down the street neighbor of us, so we're glad that they put up with me enough in the neighborhood to come and still speak. And you're gonna learn a lot of really cool things today from Mikey. I would call Mikey just a natural entrepreneur. Like, she's just tried a million different things and done well at almost all of them, right, Mikey? Most of them.
Yeah.
And so she's going to share a lot of really cool insight, I think, from social media perspective, from building other types of businesses, and utilizing those tools that she has over the years to make them successful. One thing I should note before we jump into this is I think we still have a few spots left for lunch, and so if you're interested in lunch, it'll just be first come, first serve. Go into the Entrepreneurship Center when we finish here, and you can jump in and we'll do lunch with Mikey and Chad, which will be great. Any questions about class stuff, anything like that before we jump into speakers? No? Okay, so again, I kind of gave a mini introduction for Mikey, but she started a variety of different businesses, and like I said, most of those have done really, really well. The thing she does now, which I'm sure she'll talk about, is with her sisters, kind of an online platform utilizing kind of an affiliate position with a variety of different places, and she'll go into all those details, so I'm not going to spoil the fun as far as that goes. But lots of cool businesses that she's done, and I'm excited to hear her story. She keeps telling me she's a little bit nervous, and she's like worried that she's not going to do well, so when we bring her out, big round of applause. Like I told her, everything she's going to share is going to be really insightful to all of you, so give her all due respect and attention. But we're really, really glad to have Mikey here, if you'll give her a round of applause.
All right, I wrote down notes to hopefully keep me on track, so I'll try and flip through them a little bit. I am really nervous. I don't like to talk, but we're okay. It'll be good. Okay, I want to introduce myself. I'm Mikey Heward. I grew up in Richfield. Is anyone from Richfield? Oh.
Monroe, but.
Okay, same thing. So I grew up in Richfield. I live in Santa Clara now, neighbors with Landon. I've got my husband, and then I've got 3 cute girls. And just a couple things about me. I love to travel. Boating, love Disneyland, I love baking, and being a mom. And if you guys are wondering if you can be a mom and own multiple businesses, the answer is yes, which is awesome for any girls out there that maybe one day want to own a business. Before I got started, I kind of wanted to get to know you guys a little bit, and I was just curious, like, who, maybe just by the raise of hands, like, who is majoring in business? And who's just doing this class for fun? Who wants to one day own their own business? And then is anyone already like running a business? That's cool. Awesome. Okay. So I attended SUU 12 years ago, and I wish there would have been a class like this. There wasn't, as far as I'm aware, anything quite like this. And I think this is so cool that you guys have this opportunity and can figure things out pretty quick. I've always known that I wanted to run a business. My parents have ran their own business my whole entire life. They run a wholesale home decor company, and so growing up we'd go to these trade shows all around the country, and they kind of display their products, and then these buyers, from like small buyers to large buyers like Target, come and walk the showroom, and they in hopes that like they stop and see your product and write an order. So I grew up working at those trade shows, and then also back at home in their office fulfilling orders and all that kind of stuff. So I've kind of always been around business, but so it was just something I knew I wanted to do. I've started multiple businesses. Some have been successful, some have not really at all. They kind of range, but I feel like in every business, I've learned something that has helped with like the next business, and that I can like take on, or, you know, just there's been something that good out of every business, even if it didn't work. And I feel like that's one thing that I like want to make sure like comes across is like go for it. Like, even if it's not successful, like a lot of times the first one isn't, sometimes the second one isn't. This, like the one that I'm currently running, which is why I'm here. No one asked me to come to SUU when I was running any of the other ones. But like it took me 5 businesses to get to where I am today. And like just getting it started, and if you're not ready to get it started, just like finding a job in that area and testing the waters. Maybe that's something you want to do, maybe it's not, or whatever type of business. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of go over the previous businesses I started, and then I'll end with the current business I'm running, which is the best one. So if you want to flip it, this was the first business I started, Hello Happy House. This was, I don't even know if I wrote how long ago it was. It was a long time ago, like maybe 8 years ago. I think I was looking for a wreath for my door and couldn't find anything, and I kind of got the idea like, oh, like what about door decor? And so my parents have a CNC machine, which is like a big laser cutter. And so I'm like, I could use their machine. Like, what if I like laid out these designs that hung on your door? And, you know, I had this whole idea, but I had no graphic design background or knowledge or anything like that. So I reached out to one of my really good friends who is like a graphic designer, and kind of told her like my idea, like, and asked her if she could help me lay out these things that I was like picturing. And she said yes, and then we kind of started talking, and she wanted to be a part of it. So together we started Hello Happy House. And this was a great first business. It was fun. It really like, it was like the first time I built a website, started a business Instagram, set up business emails, like registered a business. Like, you know, it was a really good place to start, but it was a lot of work. We had all of our pieces cut in Richfield, and so we'd have to go down, get our pieces, and then we'd have to sand them, paint them, route them. We had to put screws in the back of them. And then another thing was like the boxes that they shipped in were just so expensive, and then the shipping was so expensive, and just things that we really hadn't thought about. We just kind of thought, oh, these are cute, and there was just like, it was a lot of work, there was a lot of costs, and then like our biggest thing was product getting damaged in like shipment as well. So here we are, probably not even making that much money, but we send it off the piece and then it breaks. So now we have to fully refund the order, or we were having to do a whole another one for them with another box, another shipping label, another piece, our time, everything. So after the first year of doing this, and like the thing is that's hard is it looked like we were doing really well because we had a ton of orders. And, you know, we would post, you know, these big piles of our wood that we were, you know, and these orders, but really like after it was all said and done and we're looking at our books, we're like, we made no money. Like it really wasn't as great as it seemed. After the first year, my husband was doing summer sales, and it was a draining thing to do, just really time consuming. I ended up telling my friend, like, I can't do it any longer. And she went on to do it for a little bit longer, and she's no longer doing it anymore either. But it was good, and it was a good business to start with. We learned a ton, and it was both me and my friend's first business, and now that we're both away from that, has started another business that's super successful, and I've started multiple businesses, and I feel like this was just a really good place to start and to learn a lot of new things. Okay, you can flip to the next one. Okay, so shortly after I stopped Hello Happy House, I started a business called Ella and Ann, which are LDS temple dresses. And anyone that's not aware, temple dresses are like a white dress that girls wear inside LDS temples. You get married in them and do sessions and different things like that. So I was realizing that they were all ugly and they were stiff and unflattering, and there wasn't like a lot out there. And so I kind of was like, what if I came out with like cuter temple dresses? I had no background in like sewing. I didn't even know how to sew. Don't even know how to turn a sewing machine on. I don't know anything about materials or fabrics or anything in this genre. But I was like, I know how to run a business. Like, let's do it. So I found dresses just like online and at boutiques that I liked, and they were like, just a simple dress. And I sent a bunch over to a manufacturer over in China with just very basic instructions. It was make this bright white, floor length, add long sleeves, add pockets, send it back to me. Like, change the buttons to white, whatever. And so I sent him a bunch over, and they made them for me and sent them back to me. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is gonna work. Like, they were, surprisingly, the first round of samples came back and majority of them were great. A few of them, maybe I needed to like make the neck a little smaller and like change the sizing or different things like that. But I was like, I'm gonna start this. I really wanted to create something that was comfortable and lightweight and also maternity friendly, and just like a lot of different things that I felt like the other dresses weren't offering. And I also was able to come in at a better price than what was out there as well. So while I was waiting for my purchase order to be made, I got all of our samples photographed, and I started our Instagram and really just started going out there and just following people and trying to get our name and what we were doing out there. And nowadays, because this was back in 2016, so 7-8 years ago we started this business. Nowadays you can find cute temple dresses. They're in boutiques, they're everywhere now. But honestly, when we started this was kind of the first option besides for like Desert Book out there. And we launched it with 5 styles, and within 24 hours sold every single dress. So I was like, oh my gosh, like we're on to something, put in another purchase order. I launched it in October. I was able to put in another purchase order immediately and get it here before Christmas. And for the first like quite a few launches, it would just sell out every restock we had. And then you kind of started seeing some more companies, and I'm like, they get it. Like I think people could see that I would, put dresses up and they were gone. And you could charge a good price for a dress. A basic dress like this, like, at a boutique, I don't think anyone probably wants to spend more than $30 or $40. But because it was like a temple dress and different things, and because like what my competition was so high, I could like come in, and I think our prices on them were around $60 to $70. So my margins were awesome. And then one thing was they were unbreakable. They shipped cheap. My shipping supplies were under a quarter. And they came to me made. So I wasn't like painting and sanding and routing. They just came to my house in boxes. They were folded. They were plastic wrapped, and I could just fulfill them. So I feel like because of my first business, I knew things that I wanted to look for in my second business, which was making my life easier, and the shipping problems we had, the breaking, just those kind of things. And so ran L&N. We really just tried to like grow with the other like competition coming out with new styles. We added plus size. We added the white socks. We added men's white ties. Just kind of trying to stay above, and it continued to do really well. And I ran that up until last year with the business I'm currently running, just growing and getting bigger. I was like definitely not giving Ellen and the like attention and like everything it deserved. I would like go weeks without posting, and my husband would be like, you still have this business. So I ended up selling Ella and Ann the beginning of last year, which was the best thing. It's got like new owners that have just really dove in and given it the time and attention it needs, and they're doing super well, and so it's fun to watch it keep growing. But that one was a lot better, a lot more money made, different things like that. You can skip now or switch. Okay, so Mary Momoko, I actually started pretty quick after I started Ella and Ann. Ella and Ann took off like running, money was awesome, different things. My manufacturer I was working with was great, and I'm like, I'm already working with this clothing manufacturer, like I should like just do this. You know, I already have a manufacturer, so I created these like mom house dresses. They're kind of designed for like pre and postpartum moms. They're comfy and stretchy, and they're great for nursing and just like in the house, but then they're cute enough to like wear outside of the house. So I started this, and I kind of was like, this is like a no-brainer. Like I know how to run Instagram, and I know how to set up a business, and I know how to, like I felt like I just like knew all the things, which I knew how to do those things, and I got all that done. But the difference was my margins were definitely not as good with these dresses as they were for Ella and Ann. And then shortly after starting this business, our manufacturer upped our MOQ, which was like how much we needed to order every single order. And with this company and having so many like colors and sizes, and then I had like a zipper option and a button option, it was just like, okay, do I invest like more money into this company to like keep it going? And I think it was like gonna be like another like 10K I needed to put in another purchase order. And ultimately I decided not to. I was like, I'm just gonna focus on Ella and Ann. I ended up selling all the dresses I had, but I think I just rushed into this too quick. I kind of thought like it would be easier. My margins weren't as good. And it didn't work out. I think like looking back on this business, it could have been successful. I think I just like didn't have, like I think I just was, I'm gonna focus on this and being a mom and just different things. I shut this one down pretty early, and I kind of like when I was putting these pictures together, I was like, oh, they were cute. I forgot how cute they were, but it was good, it was fun, and it was like also like, okay, like everything's not gonna be successful, but it was fine, and it was a good thing to do and learn and move on from, I guess. Okay, you can switch to the next one. Okay, Little and Five is a children's earring company. I had a neighbor reach out to me, and she kind of was like, hey, like, what do you think of this business idea of creating children's earrings that are screw back? And I have 3 girls. She had 3 girls. Well, I had 2 girls at the time. She had a couple girls. So she had 3 girls, I had 2, and that's where the 5 came from. And I was like, oh my gosh, there isn't, you know, like there was kind of like the earrings you got from Claire's when you had your ears pierced, and then you had to wear those until you were like 10, and you could like put a normal earring in without pulling it out. And so she had the idea, but she knew that like I had the resources to manufacturers, and that I knew how to set up a business, and I knew my way around that. So it was a great pair, take her business idea, my experience, and we started Little and Five. And it was good. It like was a slower grow. I eventually moved away, and it just kind of got hard to run the business, like with me, like not like we didn't live by each other anymore, and her there and me here. And I was still running Ella and Ann at the time, and I had just started with my sisters. And so she bought me out pretty early on. And now she has continued to grow this. She makes more money than her physical therapist husband does, just fulfilling orders at home with her earrings. And And the same thing, like when this business came up, it kind of was like, this is a great, like, you know, like when she was talking to me about it, I'm like, it's a great idea. Like, that ships cheap. It's not breakable. Like, you know, like, and like the pieces are small. Like, she just keeps them in these little teeny totes in an office closet. And like, you know, like with Hello Happy House, we had these huge pieces. I lost my garage for a whole year. And so we knew, you know, just from past businesses, we knew it was going to be a good idea. She continued to run it. She's killing it. And it's fun, like, that I had a little part of it. And it's also good that we stayed friends. That's like one thing I feel like with businesses, working with friends and sometimes even siblings, you, like, there will be differences. And you'll think something and they'll think something. And it could really, like, ruin friendships or families or different things. So I think it's good to, like, set, like, this is, like, your responsibilities and these are my responsibilities. And then also, like, acknowledging, like, this is business. Like, you know, like, if we have disagreements, if we get in fights, like, we have to, like, separate business and, like, friendship or business and family and different things, because I know that definitely it can get awkward and messy and just, like, different things like that. Okay, you can switch to the next one. Okay, so this is the current business I am running. We've been doing it for, I think, just a little over 4 years. The Lovin' Sisters is what we're called, and we're kind of Amazon-based. We, like 4 years ago, so my sisters have ran multiple businesses as well, and we, like, knew that, like, these influencers, like, you know, like, that we were working with and that we were paying to promote our products, that they were making so much money, and that, like, you know, like, they were doing affiliate marketing. And so we knew that there was some money to be made there. And it was my older sister's idea. She was like, you guys, like, what if we like, created an Instagram account and we just focused on Amazon? Like, so we were, like, very specific with what we did. So one thing real quick is, like, with the temple dresses, like, there were temple dresses out there, but, like, I feel like I just found a way, like, to make it better and to, you know, like, to make it better, to target different people. I learned how to run like Facebook and Instagram ads, and then, like, with the earrings, there was earrings out there, but, like, you know, like, let's put the screw back on, let's make them hypoallergenic so that they're, like, won't irritate kids' ears. So just, like, finding a product that's already out there that is even already successful, and, like, seeing how can you make that idea or that product better, or how to, like, how to, can't think of the word, how to, like, not advertise, but, you know, get it out there in a better way. And so this was, like, something that we kind of was like, there's influencers and bloggers, and they're posting deals every day to all these different places, but we're like, let's get very specific in what we do, and let's focus on Amazon. And 4 years ago, like, Amazon was around and it was cool, but, like, it's not as cool. It wasn't as cool as it is right now. Like, Amazon's, like, the it place, you know, like, everyone orders on Amazon. So we started, and we created our account. This is what was really cool, and it's, like, a fun part to tell, because anyone can do this. Like, this costs $0 to get started. We didn't need a product. We didn't have any overhead. We didn't have customer service. We literally had an Instagram and a website. So maybe we were paying for our website, but, you know, dollars a month. And we just started. We were small, and we would post about 5 to 10 Amazon products a day. Sometimes they were really good deals. Sometimes it was, like, products that we had bought and we really liked, just, like, little things. And we just kind of slowly started growing. We used our, like, other businesses to kind of help push it, like doing giveaways with Ella and Ann, or doing giveaways with my sister's business, and to help grow it and get more followers and different things. If you're not aware how affiliate marketing works, so you get on Instagram, you get on our thing, and a picture pops up of a blender, and it says, like, 20% off today, you know, Ninja blender, my favorite. So you swipe up. So if you buy the blender, we will get a commission off of that. And it's just a small commission, but the other thing is if you buy anything else, we'll also get a commission off of it. And if you swipe up and you don't buy the blender, if you buy anything in the next 24 hours, we'll get a commission off of it. So if we can get you to swipe up, even if you don't buy it, if you buy something else, if you go and buy toilet paper, you buy a TV, within like that period of time that our specific link is active, we will make money off of that order. So a lot of times it's just keeping that link active. So we're posting deals every single day so that, and hoping that you're swiping up to at least one of the deals every single day, keeping our link active, and we're making a commission off of every order that you make. Another thing that's was different about us is we chose not to show our faces on this account. The beginning of this, I think it was because we're not comfortable showing our faces. That's really not our personalities. But we soon realized we thought that was helping us. People weren't following us to see our house or our kids or what we were doing. They were following us for Amazon deals, and it didn't really feel like you knew that it was being ran by sisters and moms, but it didn't really feel as if a person, and it just felt like a deal account. And so in a sense, we could just shove deals down your throat because that's why you're here. You're here to see deals, where I feel like a lot of these bloggers or different people that have a good following, they can't just post 10 products a day, because then you're like, oh, you're trying to make money off of me, which we all are. But you're here to see deals, and so we can do that, and that's just kind of what we do, is post the deals. And then there was another thing I was gonna say before I moved on. Oh, another thing was we are very just get to the point. We'll post, a picture of the blender, and it's the Ninja blender is 20% off today. I use this blender every single day. And then there's a link. It's just 2 sentences. And I feel people can get on your account, they can get through, and it's not I appreciate it. And we do we'll do stories, but it's not you guys, so today I was at the grocery store, and a 10-story thing for one product. It's just you don't have to see what the product is to go with this elaborate story that they're telling. And especially where we're promoting 10 products, that'd be 100 stories a day. No one wants to see that. No one wants to follow that. So we just are very 1 to 2 sentences. This is the deal. This is comes in 4 colors. It's 45% off. There you go. And a lot of times if we have the product or if it's something we love, we might show a little video afterwards, or the shoes on our kids, or just different things like that. Another thing, you can switch. Oh, you can switch again. We're Amazon based, focus on Amazon. Another thing we're really known for is our massive giveaways. We do these big giveaways. We've given trips to Hawaii, Disneyland, Disney World, cruises. We've given away $10,000 in cold hard cash. We just do these really, really big giveaways. And it's kind of just something that people know is coming. We don't do them often. We don't want you getting burnt out by giveaways, but we do them sparingly enough that we just do this big, massive giveaway. And in our heads, we kind of think, okay, we're gonna spend $10,000. And if we can get 10,000 new followers, then we just acquired a customer for $1. And and if we can get them to swipe up the day that they became a new customer and buy 2 products, we just paid for that customer, just paid for the giveaway. But the reality is we usually do these $10,000 giveaways, and we get 100,000 new followers. So we just acquired a new customer for pennies. So that's kind of one thing that we have always done, and it's kind of fun to do. And I think something that our followers look forward to, and we feel is very beneficial. And even with our last giveaway, we weren't even necessarily doing it to build followers. We had the sense of let's do this giveaway to build engagement. We have over 800,000 followers. but like only this amount of people are being engaged. Like, let's do this giveaway and have them comment on a last post, or let's have them share a reel, or like, you know, and they don't even have to follow us, but, you know, just trying to get more people engaged and trying to stay up with like the changing ways of Instagram. When COVID hit, so back in 2020, we were probably sitting at around 100,000 followers. We're feeling pretty good about where we're at. This wasn't like replacing anyone's jobs, or, you know, like we weren't making more money than our husbands yet. But it was good. We were like, if we can do this and just, you know, if we can make enough money to go on a trip, or like, you know, there's just like little things that we would try and say and do. And but so COVID hit, and it was really bad for a lot of people, but it was awesome for us. Everyone was home and everyone was ordering from Amazon, and we took that as like, okay, we've got to like really like produce like things that people are wanting right now. So we built guides around like at-home learning, like get these for your kids are all home, like at-home learning products and emergency preparedness and health things, you know. And we really just tried like focusing on like what people were wanting and needing at the time, and everyone was just clearing house, you know. So all the orders were really good, and then we were posting obviously like our regular deals and just like items we were buying, and just kind of the same old. Every year Prime Days is usually in June or July, and it's kind of like a Black Friday for Amazon, and it's our best days of the year. We don't sleep. We all get together, me and my two sisters, and we just post deals all night long, and it always turns out to be a pretty good day. So with COVID, they pushed Prime Day to October, which has never happened, never done before. So we were gearing up for Prime Days in October. We did a big giveaway. We were doing like 5 days to Prime Day, we're giving away 5 AirPods. 4 days to Prime Day, we're giving away 4 ice machines, or like whatever it was. We were doing like a giveaway a day, trying to build like momentum leading into Prime Day. And then on Prime Day, I think we gave away a couple $1,000 gift cards, but we kind of like, I don't know if it was a combination of it being close to like the holidays, and our good, like, you know, our giveaways always bring in a lot of people. And then I think, you know, that was the year that was like, oh, you're not gonna be able to get toys for your kids. So, you know, people were early buying as quick as they could, and, you know, these were kind of the first deals, but it went crazy. And we were getting like 100 followers a second. We were just like sitting there like refreshing our phones, and we jokingly was like, I think Justin Bieber shared our account, like, because it was just like every minute was 1,000 followers, a couple of thousand followers. And that weekend, we went from 100,000 followers to 500,000 followers, and ended up doing $16 million in sales just that weekend for Amazon. We're like stoked. We went, you know, like it was good, but that was like insane. We were like blown away. And then every day after, you know, we're going into Black Friday next and the holidays. It was just, you know, like $1 million in orders a day. And we decided to book, like last minute, we're going to Mexico and we're celebrating, me and my sisters. Husbands couldn't even say no. And we booked a trip to Mexico, and when we were in Mexico, I think we were there for maybe 2 or 3 days. We woke up and, you know, we're going to post our deals for the day, and our account is gone. We're like, I mean, we had our Instagram account, but like, as far as our Amazon account, it wasn't there. We're like, what the heck? Like, why won't it let us log in? Like, what's going on? So then we go to our email, and we had an email from Amazon that we had been shut down. And they said we were in violation, and they would not be paying us out any outstanding balances, which was a lot of money. So we were just like dying. We're like, what? Like, what did they mean? You know, so we kind of read the email more. And a little backstory, when we started this, we were not the Lovin' Sisters. We were Prime Lovin' was our name. And we had been running under Prime Lovin' for Amazon Prime, which, funny story, when we came out with Prime Lovin', my dad was like, you guys are gonna get confused for an escort business, but we never did. It was never confused. It was very just Amazon related. But so we were Prime Lovin', and we had applied to be Prime Lovin', and Amazon had approved it 2.5 years or 2 years prior to us shutting us down. They had paid us every month for 2 years under Prime Lovin', like our things were, you know, and then they shut us down because they have the word Prime trademarked, and so we were in violation of our name, which meant we could no longer use it, and because we were in violation, they didn't have to pay us out our money. So we were like, no, this is not okay, and we're like, we like need you, you know, like, but you need us too. Like, tell me, like, who's bringing in this much money for you? Like, you know, like, there's not another account that's bringing in $1 million a day, or, you know, $17 million in a weekend. And so I'm like, but we couldn't get a hold of anybody. We ended up hiring a lawyer that kind of looked over everything, and she agreed, like, you know, you guys have a case here, but also that Amazon has really deep pockets. And so we got a letter written up. We sent it to every person in Amazon that we possibly could with like no response. Meanwhile, we really wanted to keep our engagement up. So it wasn't like we were just gonna stop posting. So we're posting every single day, but our link's not active. We're not making any money. But we actually stayed pretty positive through it all. We knew, like, you know, like, we might not get this money back. We, you know, might not be able to work with Amazon, but we have our Instagram. They can't take that away from us, and we just have to pivot. Like, maybe we need to do something else. We can do anything with this Instagram. We can start a different business. So we stayed pretty positive. It was really close to Black Friday by this time, and we decided to make any amount of money. We were gonna, like, you know, tell our followers. Well, we didn't tell our followers ever. I actually really don't talk about this story a lot just because it was so crazy and everything, but we decided to talk to our followers and be like, hey, it's Black Friday and we want you guys to have the best deals from everywhere, so we're gonna share deals from everywhere. And kind of tried spending it like, you know, like, this is what we're doing for you guys. And so during Black Friday, we shared deals from Walmart and Target and just pretty much everywhere and we still share deals from Amazon too, but just like, we just were like, you know, there's so much money to be made during Black Friday, just as much money to be made during Black Friday as Prime Days. So we did that and just hoped and waited to see if we'd hear back from Amazon. And it was like maybe a couple days after Black Friday, we got an email from Amazon that they wanted to talk. They wanted to get on a video call and talk to us. So we were like, oh my gosh, like, this is the first time we've even got anyone to respond to us, to anything. So we got on with them, and they had like combed our website and our Instagram up and down. They knew like every little piece that we were in violation. It was like Instagram post 42, you said this. Like, so what had happened is we became too big. These, like, you know, we were just a smaller Instagram account, and there's a lot out there. And Amazon's not worried about them. Like, that's not really, that's not scaring them. We didn't scare them. But like, we were, can't think of the word again, but we were like, they couldn't be associated with us. Because we had gotten too big, they had to make sure we were separated. So if we said the wrong thing, or if we did the wrong thing, it didn't look like it was traced to Amazon. We were a liability at this point for Amazon. And so they wanted to work with us, but they needed us to like be in accordance to like everything. So they kind of came on and said, like, you know, like, we will, you know, give you your account back, but you've got to change this, this, and this. And one of the things was we had to change our name. So then that's when we went to the Lovin' Sisters instead of Prime Lovin', which we were fine with. We kind of just spun it with like a rebranding. Came out first week in December, like we're now the Lovin' Sisters. Amazon asked us to change our name, and we were happy to do so. We'll still be sharing Amazon deals, and kind of just like went from there. And so all was well. They agreed to pay us out. So it ended up not being bad. But those couple of months were literally like a roller coaster. It was, I aged a lot, I feel like, in that month. But so going into 2021, we're like at a high. You know, we finally just got our money back. We got our account back. We've got all these new followers. We ran another big giveaway right at the first of the year. And we were like, you know, what we should be doing is we should be manufacturing our own products. We are posting someone else's product, and we're selling hundreds, if not thousands, of that product, and we're making like 5% of the commission, which like we don't have to do anything with it, so it's nice, but like we should be posting about our own products. So that was our goal for 2021, was to start manufacturing our own products, and putting our own products into our daily posts and pushing those products. So now to date, oh, you can skip it if you want. To date, and they're random. We've got some random stuff. We've got around 100 products, and we started that under Sisterly Market. And we create everything from birthday candles to water beads to life vests, swim shorts. We've done a lot of different things, hats, beanies, and so that's been a really great thing. One thing that's super nice is a lot of times, like, so our water beads, for example, there's hundreds of sellers of water beads on Amazon. And so if, you know, someone random was like, I'm gonna start water beads on Amazon, they sell really good. Well, you put it on Amazon, and you're on like page 7, like, you know, like it's hard to ever be seen. It's hard to build up those, like, you know, to get up to page 1, hard to build your reviews, all the different things. So what's nice about our platform is it doesn't matter what page we're on. We can post about our water beads, and it gets in front of our 850,000 followers. And in an instant, we have reviews. In an instant, we have sales. Like, and we can pop our products right up to the top of Amazon's list pretty quick, and we can also test the market. So like with water beads, you know, like we were posting about water beads because it was something we were buying and our kids loved, and every time we'd post about it, we just sold 400 more things of water beads today. So then it's like, well, we should be doing water beads. So we could really test the market before we invested in placing a purchase order for thousands of water beads. So we can kind of test the market with our platform, and then put the order in. We have like manufactured a lot of things from like scratch, like created the color block swim vests. Like those are out here. There's color block, there's swim vests, the little puddle jumpers everywhere, but they have a frog in the middle and like Power Rangers on the side. So we were like, let's just do something really simple, solid colors, we know. So those were around, but like we manufactured those. And then there's things like the water beads where we just like white labeled them. We found a manufacturer that's making them, slapped our own label on them. And so we kind of do both things. We create a lot of our own products, and then we find products that are already out there, or like, you know, we work with like a silicone company, and they just like send us their magazine every couple months with the new things, and we're like, yeah, let's order some silicone bibs or plates or just different things. So we've kind of found different ways to put in orders, and we do that. And then we just beginning of last year got a warehouse in Draper, and so now have all of our products in Draper and out of all of our basements. We grew out of our basements pretty quick. Okay, next. Oh, sorry, no, go back. I don't have a slide for this next part. Another avenue of income is our collaboration. So after we kind of got to a certain point where we were big enough, we had a lot of people from small brands that were just starting out on Amazon to large brands like Blend Tech or whatever that want to work with us. So we hired someone to run all of our collaborations, and they pay for us to post about their products. So every day we're kind of doing a mixture of things. We're making money off of just our everyday posts. Anything we post are commissions that we make, and then we're posting our own products, and we're double dipping with our own products because we make the commission on Love and Sisters, and then we also, whatever the profit is. And then our collaborations is another way that we have started to make money with this account. And with our collaborations, something that's nice is like with a small company, it's like super great for them to work with us because again, it can really just like up your business. You pay the fee, which we really like compared to a lot of people. We don't charge a ton just because we post so many deals a day. Like I feel like some influencers charge like thousands of dollars for them to post about your product, but they're really posting about your product, and we're just like, we're giving you one slide with a couple lines, you know? So it's really affordable, and it's like the best thing that like someone I feel like could do for their business. It gets your business in front of a ton of people. It generates sales immediately, which generates reviews, which pushes you up in like the pages on Amazon. So it's been great for small businesses, big businesses. Sometimes we do like a flat rate, sometimes we do like commission based. It kind of just depends on the business we're working with. And like one other little thing, I'm really gonna wrap this up, is trying to grow with Instagram. Instagram's very like particular, and all of a sudden it's like, we want reels, we want this, like, you know, and you have to like, and then you see your engagement just like dropping. You're like, holy cow, like why is only, you know, this many people seeing my posts? Like we used to have triple that or whatever. So we really are trying to stay with Instagram, and so with that has been like reels. And so we ended up hiring a girl just this year that runs all of our reels. She does weekly guides, and she's been just such an asset to our company. She's been worth every single penny. That wasn't like something that we like knew a whole lot about or that we like felt comfortable doing, and she has done well. So hiring out is always good. And yeah, I don't know the best way to wrap this up, but I think just like if you have a business idea or you want to start something, I just like would say go for it. Like I feel like it might fail, it might be super successful. You literally won't know until you do it. And I feel like even if it doesn't work out, or even if like you break even, like you'll learn something from that business to take to your next one. And it might take 6, it might take 7 businesses, but you'll learn something, and it'll be good, and it's fun, and yeah, this is what I wrote at the very end. I was saying that I think that like had we not had our prior businesses, like my sister's prior businesses, my prior businesses, like working with manufacturers, like, you know, just like the different things, like when we were ready to grow with the Love and Sisters and start manufacturing, like we were ready for that because we already knew that world, and we never thought we would get into that, but it was like, okay, well, this is the next step. And then like with the collaborations and stuff, and it's like, okay, like we've worked with people, we've collaborated with people with our other businesses, like this is how we need to outline this, this is how we need to do this. So I feel like we wouldn't be where we are today, or maybe we would, but it would have taken more fails, or, you know, like a bigger learning curve. Because of our other businesses, we were able to get where we are today and have this successful business and be able to employ some people and just do good.